Alright, you guys, I am getting aggravated with what's just going on. This stuff is bullshit. I am tired of the racism excuse in this country. Okay, for one, I would say 99% of the white people are not white. They're mutts. Every one of us is. Ain't none of us just English or Irish or wherever the fuck you think white comes from. You know, me. I am Italian. I am Indian. I think there's Dutch somewhere in my family, for Christ's sake. You know, there's like 5 or 6 things that all of us have. Ain't none of us purebreds. Not on the white side. I don't know about black, Mexican, all that, but not on the white side. Okay? It took white people to elect a black president. So, not racist. Come on, you guys, give it up. I'm just sick of it. Just grow up. Get a job, go back to school, smoke a joint, drink a beer or something. But this shit is ridiculous. And I'm sorry that you're staring at the story of Jennifer Dulos, but I didn't take a shower or anything, so. But the reason I wanted to rant is because I'm watching Team Mom OG and they cut their ties with Taylor over the racist comment she made when she was involved in the triangle with Shy and Corey. She was mad. Understandable. No, she shouldn't have said what she did. But how many times have we got an argument with somebody and called them out their name? Even if it wasn't a racist calling out their name, but like I've called my husband a bastard and a piece of shit so many times. He's called me a bitch and a slut when we're mad. But as soon as we're not mad and we realize what we said, we say we're sorry and everybody gets over it. So MTV has decided to cut ties with her, even though they've been filming her knowing this happened, because Shy talked about it when Corey decided to get back with her on the show. Shy was talking about it, so I know MTV knew about it. They didn't see a problem with it then, but now they want to kiss Black Lives Matter's ass. Just like Netflix. Just like every other fucking thing I sign into, I see it. Well, I believe Black Lives Matter is no better than Antifa. Yeah, there may be people that are in Black Lives Matter that don't. It's being funded by, how do I say this, by people that hate our country, that hate our values, and that hates just plain hate. So when you have people that are nothing but hatred funding a group, that group's going to be nothing but hatred. No matter what they say they're fighting for, they're not. Antifa is just as bad. You know, and I mean, come on, really? Did you think it that you were fighting for blacks when you destroyed, Abraham Lincoln's statue? Didn't he free you guys? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. I'm just so tired of hearing about it. My head hurts every day. I can't even watch the news to find out the weather because I'm so sick and tired of hearing it. I'm so sick of the hateful shit towards our president. Like Trump or not, you still, as an American, are supposed to respect the seat. Plain and simple. I didn't like Obama at all. But I wasn't out there protesting against him. I never once called him a bad name. I just said he was doing a bad job and he was a sucky president. You know what I mean? I never said that he was racist or anarchist or white supremacy. But now that I've read and caught up on some shit with the Clintons, yeah, I believe Obama would solely support black supremacy. And they would hang white people next. Or any race that hates them. That's how much hate and ignorance I think there is on the left. And it's ridiculous. It is. I think that, I don't know if you want to call yourself a Republican, a conservative, to the right, to the middle, to the center, to the left, whatever. But if you are an American person, and I don't give a shit what your color is, I don't give a fuck what your relationship is, I don't care who you want to vote for or did want to vote if they're not in the running anymore. None of that matters to me. But if you are a true American and you want the dumb shit to stop, I'm asking the world to come together. If we have to do it. Social distancing, which I think is ridiculous. Now, I didn't think it was ridiculous. When the people were protesting to go back to work, I was like, what are they doing? They need to wear masks. I was right there with them. And then when I seen the protesters do what they did, and then the rioters come out and do it, and not one motherfucking doctor, not one CNN anchor, MSN, nobody. It's like the corona disappeared for that week. Holy shit. That told me it's no worse, no better than the flu. Yeah, it might be a harder way to die if it goes to kill you. If you catch it and you're going to die from it, it's probably harder to die. But you ain't going to, you know what I mean? The spread of it, I don't think is as bad. One day they say it is, one day, they don't fucking know anything. I don't think that I think it's just like the flu. I believe that the only reason it's out there is because the left, like Pelosi and them, they want control. They're trying to show us what socialism is, and it's not a good thing. Looky, it's just making them look stupider and stupider. And I keep seeing these fake polls that Biden is up 55% to 41%. I seen it on CNN. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're telling me that 55% of this country wants a pervert, played out pervert, as a president. He's a pervert. He is suffering from some kind of mental delusion, dementia, something, and his family is letting him. That tells you what type of people they are. If they're going to let him stand in front and act that way, you know what I mean? If you don't know the difference between me and Trump, you ain't black. Make comments like that and act like it's not a big thing. But if Trump would have said, if you don't know the difference between me and mine and you ain't white, us white people would have been pissed that he would have said it. You know what I mean? And I see nothing. The Charmaine, whatever the fuck his name that he was talking to, he just kept going on with his sins. And then you guys forget. White people and black people, you both forget. Martin Luther King Jr. died to bring this country together. He died. Okay? And I have a lot of respect for that man. Ever since I did my first history report back in elementary school. And I can't believe you guys are shitting all over his memory. You are shitting on his memory. His number one thing was never judge somebody by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Every person protesting, I won't say protesting, every person rioting, every person that killed anybody, beat up anybody, caught a cop car on fire, caught a building on fire. You took a shit on Martin Luther King Jr.'s grave. And the ones right there, see it right there on the in Seattle, the autonomous zone, every single person in that zone is shitting on Martin Luther King right now. And anybody else, any other hero that's brought this country to where it is today. I seen a video the other day, and they were just somebody on the streets talking to people, and they asked this older black lady, what she thought was going on. And she said it just like this. She said, this is not going to fix anything. This is not going to bring nothing together. All this is going to do is separate us anymore. Instead of being a black and white country fighting over that, we are going to become a country about left and rightism. We're going to become a country about Republican and Democrat or this or that. We're going to be politically split, and they're using racism as an excuse. And that's what the Democrats and the left are doing. They're using racism as a goddamn fucking excuse to control the rest of us that don't want to go out here and do this kind of stuff, Yes, the police departments need a lot of training. I think it would be in their benefit to invest money into getting them, I don't know if you want to call it therapy classes or what, but because they are human, okay? You're going to have a cop that's just going to naturally hate certain types of people, but they still want to do their job. So they need to leave that hate at home and learn how to deal with when they come across them type of people. Still to be fair and just, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you want to hate whites, hate whites. Just don't go out here hurting other people over it. Don't go out here screaming mean and offending people. You know what I mean? Well, you can offend anybody you want because, feelings don't matter. See, that's another thing. I've watched this country go from using facts and justice to using people's feelings. Who gives a shit if you hurt their feelings? Okay? It goes all the way to the trans community. You know what I mean? If people don't believe that a man can be a man or a woman can't be a man, that is their right as a human to believe. And they're allowed to say they believe that. But that does not mean that you can't live your life the way you want as a trans. I mean, look at that. They cross out the word police and put people. Don't they understand we need police? Don't they understand this is not helping nothing? This is costing the country money. It's making everybody hate Black Lives Matters. It's making people hate to even talk about issues anymore. And that's going to be, if we don't stop something, guys, now, I guarantee you, by the time 2021 is over, we are going to be a second, third world country. We're going to have sections of the country that are living like we are today. We're going to have sections of the country that are that you might think you're in fucking Iraq, in the middle of the Iraqi war. This is ridiculous. You guys, grow the fuck up. And Trump, I'm voting for Trump, but if he doesn't do something soon, he's going to lose a lot of votes. Because the people in Seattle and all them other cities that are being affected by this, the ones not down there, they're the ones that are going to be voting. See, that's what pisses me off. If somebody would walk down there to the autonomous zone and ask everybody down there if they even voted in 2016 or if they're registered to vote this year, I guarantee you more than half are not even voting. So why do they get a say on anything? And where does it become okay to go into a city with thousands of people and just take over? Ain't that fascism? Ain't that fascism? Or whatever they call that word? I cannot say it correctly. Sorry, you guys. But come on. Really? And now the governor and city of Seattle mayor wants to give it to them? What about the businesses that were already there? What, they just get pushed out like nobody cares? Of course they do. Because they're not bitching about their little feelings being hurt. You know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of people running this country, and the government and the civilians that are butthurt. There's the word, butthurt. You are butthurt, motherfuckers. Either your mommy and daddy didn't hug you enough, or they hugged you too much. And you need to grow up and get over it. There is no systematic racism in this country anymore. If anything, it's on the black side because they have Negro College. They have affirmative action. They have, look what the fuck they're doing now. Do you ever see white people do that? What about all the white people that didn't want to get rid of slavery? They didn't even do this. And they should have been shot on sight. So come on, people. Grow up. Grow some balls. Live the life you want to live, and leave everybody alone, and we'll do the same. And each and every one of us does the same thing, and we come together when we need to. You know what I mean? Like when that boy in the neighborhood, that family in the neighborhood's got a 4-year-old dying from cancer, and because of their medical bills, they can't pay the rent. That's when we need to come together as a community. You know what I mean? When a guy like George gets killed unfairly by the police, we do need to come together as a community to make sure that that police officer pays and that police department trains their cops better and find out where it went wrong. This is not going to do it, you guys. This is not going to do it. None of this. And to me, Antifa and Black Lives Matter and any other named group ain't nothing but domestic terrorists. And all they do is perpetuate hate and perpetuate lies, pure lies. You know, like what, like Ben Carson, or was it Ben Carson? It might not have been Ben Carson. Don't take me on that. Somebody like him, Black, said it's not Black Lives Matter, it's Black Lies Matter. And actually, it's Black Lives Don't Matter because we don't give a shit about you. Ooh, you all need to grow up. Go home and live your life. Take care of your own. And love one another from afar. And when the community or the city or the country needs you, we'll ask. And just like you'll ask, you know, like I said, certain situations we will have to come together as a community to stop and fix. But destroying shit, taking over shit, and acting like you guys have some kind of control is not the way it's going to work. Because the last time that happened in the country,